Barack Obama, the 44th President of the U.S. and the primary African-American president, turned into elected over Senator John McCain of Arizona on November 4, 2008. Obama, a former senator from Illinois whose campaign slogan was "Change we will believe in and yes we are able to," became subsequently elected to a 2D term over Massachusetts Governor Mitt Romney. Barack Obama's early life. Obama's father, additionally named Barack Hussein Obama, grew up in a small village in Nyanza Province, Kenya, as a member of the Luo ethnicity. He gained a scholarship to have a look at economics at the College of Hawaii, wherein he met and married Ann Dunham, a white lady from Wichita, Kansas, whose father had labored on oil rigs all through the outstanding melancholy and fought with the U.S. Navy in World Conflict II earlier than moving his family to Hawaii in 1959. Barack and Ann's son, Barack Hussein Obama Jr., changed into born in Honolulu on August 4, 1961, Now not best became Obama the first African-American president. He turned into also the first to be born out of doors the continental U.S. Obama changed into born in Hawaii in 1961. Obama's dad and mom later separated, and Barack Sr. went lower back to Kenya. He would see his son handiest all over again before loss of life in a car accident in 1982 and remarried in 1965. She and her new husband, an Indonesian man named Lolo Soetoro, moved along with her younger son to Jakarta within the past 260s, in which Ann labored at the U.S. Embassy. Obama's one-half-sister, Maya Soetoro Eng, became born in Jakarta in 1970. Barack Obama's training. At age 10, Obama again to Hawaii to stay along with his maternal grandparents. He attended the Punu faculty, an elite private school where, as he wrote in his 1995 memoir, Goals from My Father, he first started out to understand the tensions inherent in his mixed racial heritage. After years at Occidental College in Los Angeles, he transferred to Columbia University in New York Metropolis, from which he graduated in 1983 with a diploma in political science. He graduated magna cum laude from Harvard Regulation faculty in 1991. At the same time as at Harvard, he became the first black editor of the distinguished Harvard Regulation Overview. Barack Obama, network organizer and legal professional. After a 2-year stint working in corporate studies and at the Big Apple Public Interest Studies Group, NIPIRG, in Big Apple Metropolis, Obama moved to Chicago, where he took a job as a network organizer with the church-based organization, the Growing Groups Venture. For the subsequent several years, he worked with low-income citizens in Chicago's Roseland community and the Altgeld Gardens public housing development on the city's in large part black South Facet. Obama would later call the "enjoy the fine education I ever were given, higher than something I were given at Harvard Regulation School," the celebrated institution he entered in 1988. Obama met his destiny wife Michelle LaVaughn Robinson, a fellow Harvard Regulation faculty graduate whilst working as a summer accomplice on the Chicago regulation company Sidley Austin. He married Michelle Obama on the Trinity United Church of Christ on October 3, 1992. Obama went directly to train at the University of Chicago Regulation School from 1992 to 2003. Senator Barack Obama. In 1996, Obama formally released his very own political profession, prevailing election to the Illinois County Senate as a Democrat from the South Side neighborhood of Hyde Park. Regardless of tight Republican control during his years in the nation's Senate, Obama turned into capable of construct guide amongst each Democrats and Republicans in drafting law on ethics and health care reform. He helped create a kingdom-earned income tax credit score that benefited the working bad, promoted subsidies for early adolescence education packages and labored with law enforcement officials to require the videotaping of interrogations and confessions in all capital cases. Re-elected in 1998 and again in 2002, Obama also ran unsuccessfully inside the 2000 Democratic primary for the U.S. House of Representatives seat held with the aid of the famous four-time period incumbent Bobby Rush. As a state senator, Obama appreciably went on file as an early opponent of President George W. Bush's push to struggle with Iraq. During a rally at Chicago's Federal Plaza in October 2002, he spoke in opposition to a decision authorizing using pressure towards Iraq. "I'm now not against all wars. I'm opposed to dumb wars. A broken bar. I recognize that even a successful warfare towards Iraq will require U.S. career of undetermined duration, at undetermined value, with undetermined consequences." Barack Obama's speech at the 2004 Democratic National Conference. Whilst Republican Peter Fitzgerald announced that he could vacate his U.S. Senate seat in 2004 after best one-time period, Obama determined to run. He gained 52% of the vote inside the Democratic number one, defeating both multimillionaire businessman Blair Hull and Illinois Comptroller Daniel Hines. After his original Republican opponent within the popular election, Jack Ryan, withdrew from the race, the former presidential candidate Alan Keyes stepped in. That July, Obama gave the keynote speech at the 2004 Democratic Countrywide Conference in Boston, capturing to national prominence with his eloquent call for unity among purple, Republican, and blue, Democratic, states. It put the especially unknown, young senator within the countrywide spotlight. In November 2004, Illinois brought 70% of its votes to Obama, as opposed to Keyes' 27%, sending him to Washington as simplest the third African-American elected to the U.S. Senate given that Reconstruction. Throughout his tenure, Obama extensively centered on problems of nuclear nonproliferation and the health threat posed by using avian flu. With Republican Senator Tom Coburn of Oklahoma, he created a website that tracks all federal spending, geared toward rebuilding citizens' accept as true within government. He partnered with one made him a viable challenger to the early frontrunner, the former first girl and modern-day the Big Apple Senator Hillary Clinton, whom he outlasted in a grueling number one campaign to save the Democratic nomination in early June 2008. Obama chose Joseph R. Biden Jr. as his jogging mate. Biden were a U.S. Senator from Delaware considering that 1972, become a one-time Democratic candidate for president and served as chairman of the Senate Foreign Family Members Committee. Obama's opponent turned into lengthy-time Arizona Senator John S. McCain, a Vietnam veteran and previous prisoner of battle who chose Alaska Governor Sarah Palin as his running mate. If elected, Palin could have been the kingdom's first-ever woman vice president. As within the primaries, Obama's campaign labored to build assist on the grassroots stage and used what supporters noticed as the candidate's Cerebellora, uncommon lifestyle story and provoking message of wish and change to attract staggering crowds to Obama's public appearances, each within the U.S. and on a campaign journey overseas. They labored to convey new voters, many of them younger or black, both demographics they believed desired Obama to come to be involved inside the election. A crushing monetary crisis within the months leading as much as the election shifted the kingdom's recognition to financial troubles, and each Obama and McCain labored to show that they had the first-rate plan for financial development. With numerous weeks remaining, maximum polls confirmed Obama because the front-runner. Sadly, Obama's maternal grandmother, Madeline Dunham, died after a struggle with cancer on November 3, the day before citizens went to the polls. She had been a highly influential pressure in her grandson's existence and had diligently followed his ancient run for office from her domestic in Honolulu. On November 4, traces at polling stations across the country heralded a historic turnout and ended in a Democratic victory, with Obama capturing a few Republican strongholds, Virginia, Indiana, and key battleground states, Florida, Ohio, that had been won by Republicans in recent elections. Taking the degree in Chicago's Furnish Park with his wife, Michelle, and their two young daughters, Malia Obama and Sasha Obama, he stated the ancient nature of his win whilst reflecting at the extreme challenges that lay in advance.